Good morning. While I was away for a week, there were two fantastic stories. And many of you know them, but I have to talk about it. There was first about Swedish politics. Let me explain. There was an election in Sweden in September. The Nationalist party, the Sweden Democrats, they got 18%. The other party said, no, we will not talk to you guys. And then the other parties tried to form a government, which was very hard. It took them a long time. And then something happened. Two of the parties switched sides from center-right to left in order to form a government. So they supported the Socialists and the Greens. So they formed a government. So Sweden got a socialist green government again, against the will of the people. So that happened. Right. But there are two more parties on center-right, and one of them is the Christian Democrats. And they have been growing tremendously since this switch, you see. And they happen to have a very good chairman. I like her. And her name is Ebba Busch Thor. She's a sane woman. And they had a talk, the Christian Democrats. They sat down and had a talk, and they talked and talked for a long time. And then they said, if we ever are going to govern Sweden again, we better change. Something is happening here. So they did. And they said, yes, from now on we will negotiate with the Nationalists, which is a very, very good decision. Yeah. This is what the Swedish citizens want. Yeah, and I think the Christian Democrats understand this. So that's what they said. And then there was a reaction, of course, from the lefties. And this reaction was really, really awful. Yeah. Which is another good sign, isn't it? Yes, it is. If the lefties don't like it, it's a good decision. So, they have been attacking the Christian Democrats and the party chairman for a long time now, from all over the place. And I want to give you an example. This is from a lefty activist. She's quite well known in Sweden. Her name is Pelling. She's an awful, awful woman. All right, so this is what she writes. The Christian Democrats are trying to ride on the nationalist and Islamophobic wave that the Sweden Democrats, the nationalists, have whipped up. She also believes that the Christian Democrats risks legitimizing the hate by being prepared to negotiate with the nationalists. And then she goes on to attack Ebba Busch Thor, the chairman, the woman that I like. This Ebba Busch Thor woman, she happens to be very attractive. That's what I think. And so Pelling, this despicable lefty, she attacks her appearance. This is what she says. People who look attractive appear to be competent and successful, and an attractive look seems to attract right-wing voters to a greater extent than left voters. Every reason to look nice in your hair and have a dazzling smile. This is what she writes. Yeah. The well-practiced smile remains on Ebba Busch Thor, together with Sara Skyttedal. Sara Skyttedal is another very attractive right-wing politician. So she says, together with Sara Skyttedal, she sweeps through the politics and opinion polls, shampoo advertising on stiletto heels. Interesting, isn't it? The other fantastic story is, of course, the one about Trump and Russia. They reported on it here on the news, of course, and they had a very hard time reporting on it. Of course, they even looked surprised. I'm not kidding you. And even acquaintances of mine, people that I know, responded with surprise. Of course, media, they have been going on and on about this. So people thought, of course, there is a situation. Russia and Trump, of course. And then there was nothing. It's a beautiful story. Yeah. I can just imagine what it was like in the US. I haven't watched this. CNN, they must have reported on this at some point. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah. This is good. This is the good stuff. All right. That's all. Bye.